Hello and welcome everyone to yet another live session of Careers with Media. I am your host for today, Mritika Chakraborty, and today we have with us Mr. Arjun Mitra, who's a seasoned meta ad expert and his helps brand reach seven figures, one ad at a time. So without further ado, let's begin the discussion. Hi sir, am I audible?
Yes, perfectly audible. Hi there.
Yes, sir. So, my first question to you for today is how do you handle ad fatigues? How do you keep up with something so much so that is changing every second, every moment? How do you keep the content fresh and engaging for
Yes.
everyone?
So when we first launched the ad campaign, we launched with a bunch of creatives. Usually I start, if it's a low budget, we start with three ad creatives, a mixture of video and statics. So once we run it, it usually lasts for 3 weeks based on the creative. And then we get a sign from Facebook saying that ad fatigue and also that we recognize it from a drop in sales. So what we always have to do, especially any other marketer in mind, that don't just keep one set of creatives, have multiple sets of creatives in your bank, in a Google Drive or
Multiple
something,
sets.
so that
Okay.
every 3 weeks, whenever you see ad fatigue coming in, you can immediately change the creatives and not just wait for again the new creatives to come and change it. So always that's what we do. We keep ready new ad creatives and all. And also what can be done is some minor changes can be made in the ad copy itself. So once you make a small change in the ad copy and relaunch, you see that it starts learning again and the ad fatigue stops immediately.
Okay, okay. So you have to keep ideas stacked in your mind
Exactly. In a
for
mind
it
and in a
to.
drive always.
Okay, okay, of course. So, what is like, how do you align media strategy with the overall business objectives? Like, how do you maximize the impact of your advertising effort like that?
So first thing first, in the terms of this, we have to always align ourselves with the client, understand what is the objective for the client and the goals and where they currently are. So when we are launching ads, we don't decide to launch ads unless we make sure that the client has a strong social media strategy in place. Because if there's no proper organic presence, just running ads won't help. That organic presence helps validate the idea of the client, the product, if there's any demand for it. Once we realize that, then we come in with the ads. And to help around with that organic full overall media strategy, we suggest
Okay,
that the client should go towards maybe going to you creating UG content, like user generated content, because
okay,
that helps build trust also, not only in organic manner, but also if we use it for ads, it helps maximize the sales. So multiple
okay.
of these strategies we discuss with the client to make sure the
Hmm.
organic is always aligned with the paid, and then we move forward.
Okay, okay. So, like you're saying, organic social media presence goes hand in hand with paid marketing media strategy.
Exactly.
It doesn't
Exactly.
work
Yeah,
singly.
if you just start ads without any social media presence, when you
Okay.
just see your ad, people will see the
Hmm.
profile image and they'll see what the profile is about and then maybe go. If they see the profile has nothing, 10 followers
Okay.
or zero followers, then there's no trust. So that
Okay, okay,
we need to build trust before we go with ads.
okay, okay. What, according to you, is effective targeting? Like, how do you target specific audience towards specific ads? How is that
Yes.
done?
So when I first started with Facebook ads, it was mainly have there's a targeting option, target based on the interest. Like people find out what type of people what are following what type of page, and we would target those. Let's say if I are a fashion brand selling mid price clothes for like 10K type products, we usually target people who would be interested in brands similar to that, like Gucci, Chanel, and all that. But now,
Okay,
given ever since the iOS 14 update, which took place a few years back, people have the option of not allowing Facebook to give their data away. So
okay,
ever
okay,
since that, so then the Facebook algorithm started changing itself, which allows users like you don't need to target anymore based on interest targeting. Now it's
hmm,
all a game of creatives and the messaging. If we create a creative which speaks to our target audience and our ad copy speaks to them, then Facebook will automatically start showing those people our ads without any
okay.
targeting. So before the
Like
game
it
was
reads
heavily
your
targeted.
algorithm.
Exactly. It would Facebook, the algorithm itself studies who you are, what's happening, like what you do and everything, and based on that, it'll show you accurate ads. And it's not about
Okay,
targeting anymore for. So that's why
okay.
people need to start spending a bit money in the creative aspects now than the targeting.
Than the target. Okay. What are the key performance indicators that you focus on while measuring the success of a paid social media ad? Like, what are the metrics that you prioritize? How do you interpret it?
So, there are multiple metrics to keep in mind. First thing first, we have to keep in mind the ad side itself and then the website side as well. So in the ad side, we see in terms of if the creative is working or not. We see there's
Mm,
some metric called CTR. CTR
mm,
indicates a percentage of people who view the ad
mm.
as to the percentage of people who click on the ad. So if 100 people view on the ad and you have a 1% CTR, that means one person clicked on the ad and went through a website. So ideally, when
Okay.
we're running ads, we make sure that we have a 1% CTR. Anything 1% and above means the ad is doing great, good. Anything above, way
Okay.
above 5% means it's a great thing. So this is where we see the creative. If it's 1% or less, then means you have to change the creative or the ad copy. It's not working. Then after people click on the ad, we see what's happening in the website. So again, it's the same game here. 100 people visit the website, 1% convert. Means after every 100 people, 1% will convert from the say website itself. Now, if the website conversion is less, we will keep on making changes to the website to optimize it well, so that the conversion rate increase. So that way. So the base metric we would see CTR in terms of the ad, and then we would see if the conversion rate is applicable or not in the website.
Okay.
Obviously,
Okay.
has multiple other metrics like frequency, the number of times you show an ad to a person. Then the CPM, the cost you incur, pay to Facebook to show your ad to someone. So there are multiple metrics to keep in mind always. But the main one
Okay.
we keep in mind is CPR. Yeah.
Okay. How do you approach creating a ad copy? Like, what's your recipe for crafting that perfect ad?
Yeah.
If you can tell us.
So before every AI tool and everything, it was first spending time to do the research on who your target audience is, understanding that from the client's aspect, like who they are targeting, who are the past audiences and on. Then once we understand who they are, then we try writing the ad copy based on that. But now with ChatGPT, that's become easier. You just put who your target audience is in ChatGPT, it will give you a client
And
persona, and based on that, you give multiple ad copy frameworks. Like there's the BAP framework, bridge, before after bridge, then the problem accurate solution. You give these frameworks, it will create multiple ad copies for you. And also we do research in terms of there's a tool called Facebook ad library. It's free to use for everyone. There, if you type any
mm-hmm.
brand, it will show you all the ads available that they are running in terms of creatives, videos, and ad copies. So we do the research there, see what's working for them, and then also recreate that for us with some mild changes based on the branding.
Okay, okay. So A/B testing is something that is done that's very
Yes.
common. Okay, okay. So
Yes.
how do you like? What is the process for your A/B testing? How do you determine the hook? I have seen your
Yeah.
LinkedIn, the hook. So yeah,
Yes.
how do you know it's the hook?
So in terms of that, we get as I said, we get a multiple creatives ready for us, and as well as multiple ad copies. Now there's an option in Facebook called dynamic creative testing. What it does, you put in all your ad creatives, all your ad copies, and then you keep open targeting and you run it for a week,
Okay,
and see what's happening there. After a week, you come back to see the metrics. Which one is getting you the highest CTR? Which one is
okay,
getting you the most conversions? Which one is getting you the most lowest CPMs and lowest frequencies? We see those there, and then from that dynamic creative, we take the ones that have been working, the best combinations, and apply it to a new campaign for scaling purposes. And then again,
okay.
that same process we do again and again every 2 3 weeks with a dynamic creative testing.
Okay. So throughout your career, you must have experienced beginners, doing the trial error method and not being able to get it right. So what are one of the most common mistakes that you've seen the
Yes.
beginners make, and how do you, ask them to recover from that?
Yeah. So I have been having multiple calls with people who started running ads but have not gotten success. So some of the few things that they've done with a mistake is, like I mentioned initially, interest targeting doesn't work that much. So I've seen people just stacking up interest targeting, putting 20, 30 targets together, and that confuses the algorithm itself. It doesn't work. So that doesn't bring results, as well as they're not focusing much on the creative aspects. They're making a simple image ad and they're publishing. Maybe one they are creating and publishing, hoping it's going to work for them. But then just having one doesn't work. You need to have multiple creatives, especially you have to move forward with video, because you must be knowing now, when we view social media, we view more videos than reels, mainly than normal image statics.
Absolutely.
So now many advertisers are not keen into going into videos because it takes a lot of efforts in shooting and editing. So that's one big mistake that people are making now.
Yeah. You have to come up with something new every second. Every second you hit the refresh
Exactly.
button and there is something new. So you have to come
E-
up with something new every second. Keeping up
Exactly.
with that. Okay. So like there are so many new evolving media campaigns every now and then. So what is that, one innovative way that you see that metadata that can be leveraged in advertising
Yeah.
campaigns for future? How do you think it
Yeah.
will
So when
contribute?
we run meta ads, especially for sales, we install something called Pixel in the website. So Pixel is a line of code which collects user data. Where when anyone visits the website, let's say you or I visit a website, it will gather all the data of what our interests are, our age, of what we are doing, and everything. So that data, once we get enough data, let's say when we're starting for a new client, we make sure that at least 100 to 1,000 people between somewhere between that make purchases for a client, and that's where the pixel gets enough data. And then once we know that the pixel is enough data, we start leveraging that and start scaling budget based on that. And once we scale budgets, we are running it sustainably, we know that it's going to work because the pixel has data already. It knows who's going to show, it knows what the type of people we are trying to look for, and yeah, so that's the data we leverage. We
Okay.
just keep on feeding it with new creatives and ad copy, and nothing else, and the pixel will do all the work. That's how advanced it is getting now. Eventually it will come to a place where Facebook itself, the pixel is doing every work. Even maybe it might come a place that we don't even need to put the ad creators, we'll start generating
Hmm.
ad creatives itself. Like Facebook is already trying its that now for various users, that you get the option that the AI will create the ad creators for you itself, the Facebook
Okay.
integrated AI. So you can see that how Facebook is evolving, and especially how the data is we are getting is going to create based on the data the pixel has.
AI especially, it is
Yeah,
growing a lot these days. It's doing the
yeah,
humans' work. So you've
exactly.
transitioned from being a college student to a meta ad expert. What has the journey been like? And what do we do to, if we
Yeah.
want to get into PR,
So
what do we have to do?
so after I left college, I started trying to see what I can do in terms of career lines. So because there are multiple aspects which you can do, like PR, social media management, advertising. So then I started doing some research, and then in college itself I found out that meta ads itself has a good prospect. That time when I do it, it wasn't as the biggest phase as it is
Hmm.
now. It was growing. So that time I thought I'll jump in, start learning. So at the same time I started taking up YouTube videos and started learning from YouTube itself. Then when I started from there, went to a full-time job where I got, because when you're starting out yourself, it's good to go to a job and you get opportunity to learn from others who are experts in the industry, and uh, start working on different clients. Once I got enough learning from there, I decided that maybe I need to I can start something myself, because it's not something I need to be dependent on a job. It's something I can sit at home and do myself. So
Do-
then I started approaching people and then built my own social media platform for there, and people started coming to me based on the knowledge I share. Since then I've been growing that way and getting clients there. But it's not something that can happen in 2 3 months. It takes time. It's like since I started, it's been 4 years to where I am today. So it's just a long. It takes time.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
that's a long period.
yeah.
Okay,
And
okay,
still learning. Obviously, I invest in courses regularly to get new, because the industry is ever evolving. You cannot be
okay, okay.
static where you are right now.
Yeah, you can't stick to learning just one thing and
Exactly.
expect to get something from it. Okay, okay. Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was a very discourseful discussion. And thank you to everyone for watching us. We thank you for your valuable time. We, yeah, yeah, thank you to everyone for watching us. We look forward in bringing you more and more engaging content. So stay tuned.